Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vera, and in today's video I am unboxing the March subscription box from Archer&Olive. I have not yet even opened this, so I'm super excited to see what's inside. Technically I already know what's inside, but there's always a bit of a difference when you haven't actually seen it in person yourself. So let's dig in. The theme of the box is a charming picnic theme. That's why I'm sitting outside, about to have my lunch and filming at the same time. Now, because I am outside and I do live on a busy road, I do apologize in advance for the noise of the cars behind me. It is a Friday afternoon on a school day, a work day. I know why I'm not working, but I don't know why these other cars aren't working. Like, what are they doing outside right now? It is absolutely beautiful. I will show you a size comparison as well. It is one of the smaller boxes that I've received from Archer&Olive in terms of subscription boxes, but as they say, it is about the quality and not the quantity of what's inside the box. So, on the box it says, gather your blanket and pack your favorite lunch, bring your supplies to a special spot that brings you happiness as we enjoy a charming picnic. And what can I say? I have my favorite lunch, I have my blanket, and I'm enjoying a charming picnic. So, let's get started. I've got my trusty Archer&Olive scissors that came in the last subscription box. By the way, that one is still available online if you want to purchase it. $75 for these subscription boxes, so super worth it, and I really love everything that they put in these. So let's open this one up. Is there anything more satisfying than opening up a new box? Okay, so to open this box, it's actually been glued down the side, so I'm gonna have to like use my scissors again to cut it open. Since when do they glue the boxes? I'm struggling so hard right now. Okay, no, I've got it. Alright, so it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. As we open the box, we see a beautiful array of goodies over here. And I'm going to start by opening this one here. So this is a tiny little dot grid journal. It's got 112 pages. So let's open it up. So it is a tiny little cute journal. I think this is what you would consider maybe like an A6. And it's got the cutest little cream pages. Now, I was reading about some of the complaints online, and one of them was the smell of the box. And personally, it doesn't smell to me. Maybe I have a different sense of smell, but it does smell like new paper. Some people believed that the foiling on the inside maybe had a bit of a smell, but to me, it just smells like new stationery, and it's a smell that I love. But I do understand it's not everybody's jam, so there you go. But this is a lovely little journal. I think I'm going to be using this as kind of like a little, in the future, notes journal that can just kind of fit into my bum bag, because I do have a bum bag that is bigger than this, and I would love to carry a journal around with me. I think that is such a cool idea. Yeah, for the moment, on the side.
Here's a quick comparison of the notebook sizes. So the yellow one is the A5 size and this is the pocket size, so that's what it looks like. And another example is this is the B6 one, so it's slightly smaller than the A5, and then the pocket one, again, smaller than that one.
The second item we have in the subscription box is a set of 2 storage crates. People were disappointed with this because like storage crates you can get from Amazon or something, but the reason I decided to go for this box was because of the storage crates, because I don't think I would buy these by themselves with something else, so having them come in a subscription box actually worked out for me. These little stationery boxes are the same size as the pocket size journal, so this size over here, and you just open them by like popping out the sides, popping out the middle, and then you just kind of click them in, so you hear the little click on each side, like so.
And here's a quick showcase of what can fit in the storage crate. So this is the calligraph pen, and then this is one of the gel pens. The gel pens are the same size as the acrylographs, so as you can see, they can't lie flat in the storage crates. So that's just something to bear in mind.
I guess people's complaints were that, you know, the plastic trays are kind of gimmicky, which I can sort of see, but all trays like this are going to be kind of gimmicky in a way. Well, not gimmicky, that's not the right word, but it's more like, it's plastic, so it's always going to have a little bit of a breakable element to it. And it's really the way you store things that is important, because if you don't store it properly, then obviously it's going to be gimmicky because you're just not using it right. But I don't know, to each their own. I think it's a super cute box. I like the color scheme. Oh my god, it's just too loud outside. I really picked the wrong day to be sitting outside and filming an unboxing. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm not disappointed with these. I really like them and I think they're really cute, and I've never bought something like this for myself. So for me, I really enjoy it. But again, it's not for everybody and I totally understand. I don't think they're gimmicky. I have thought that other things in the Archer and Olive boxes have been gimmicky before, but these ones I think are actually really helpful because I love storage. Anything with storage, I'm gonna love. Speaking of gimmicky things, this is the next item in the box, and it is a tiny picnic in a box. Now, I think I also saw some complaints about this smelling, and it just smells like new to me. It's literally just a tiny picnic basket. It's really cute. This, I would say, is probably one of the more gimmicky items that I've ever received in the subscription boxes, but it's fine. I think it's cute. Maybe it'll sit on my desk, although probably not. At least it's in one of my favorite colors, so yellow, favorite color. And it comes with these little die cut stickers, which are in this cute little paper, which you could totally use for scrapbooking. This quarter, the die cut stickers are a lot higher in quality than the previous subscription boxes die cut stickers. When I say previous subscription box, I mean actually from March last year, because they were kind of like this glossy paper or glossy sticker paper, which I actually didn't vibe with. I didn't like them very much. I used them, but I didn't like them very much. This time around, they're kind of like a matte texture, so they feel like they're better quality. There are 2 of each stickers, and there are 5 designs. I will definitely be using these in my long form journal, and if you haven't checked out my long form journal, you can click on this video somewhere over here. Next up, another item I'm kind of excited about are these little wooden stamps. Now, I've seen the wooden boxes, I guess you call them, from Archer and Olive before. I've actually never gotten my hands on one, so I was super excited about this. Oh, why am I excited about the most random things? Anyway, it's a little wooden box that has the Archer and Olive logo on the front, and then when you open it, it has 7 little stamps, absolutely adorable, like so. And then it has an ink pad, and I think the ink color is grey. Yeah, it's grey. I'm not a fan of grey ink. I think grey ink kind of sucks. But I do have black ink, so I will be stamping these onto a journal for everyone to see later on. Oh, and somebody's decided to go do some construction work. Next up, we have some calligraph pens. Super cute packaging. Opens like this. There are 5 inside. Absolutely beautiful colors. And I will swatch these for you as well. Next up, we have some solar scrap paper. Wait to open, please see back for more information. Okay, so gather your items and arrange them on a piece of solar paper out of reach of the sun. Place an acrylic sheet on top to flatten and hold your items to the solar paper. You may need to remove the protective liner from the acrylic sheet. Bring your solar paper outside and place it direct to sunlight for 2 to 5 minutes. Place your solar paper in a water bath. Lay your solar paper flat on the absorbent area and allow it to dry. Use your new art as a scrap paper in your journal. I'm not entirely sure I understand what this is specifically. I guess I'm gonna have to play around with it. I'm not gonna open it now. I don't think I've understood what this is. I'm gonna have to read somewhere or like watch one of their videos. I don't think reading that made me understand a single thing about what it was. So am I dumb? I don't know, but I will play around with this and try and figure out how this works. Lastly, in the box, we have the journal. I thought this was going to be small. It is big. I thought this was going to be the like an A5 size, but this is a big journal. Is this a B5 journal? Could be B5. I could also be wrong. I will investigate that in a moment, because I don't think it's letter size, because letter size is bigger than this, so I will show you as a comparison. This is gorgeous. This is so pretty. Oh my god, the color is my favorite color. yellow, or like a mustard yellow, and the design, I feel like it's like a beautiful embroidery. Oh, it's stunning. I've never seen them do embroidery on their journals, so I'm really excited. And then of course it has the inside, which is nice foiling on the inside, and this is just stunning. This one is white paper, so I'll show you what the other one was because it's beige. So as you can see, the sizes of the journals, so you have this one and then this one, if we open that one up again, the color is like a little beige, and then here it's white. So that's the difference in the color of the paper.
Here's another size comparison. So again, the two journals from earlier, the A5 and the B6 with the pocket, and then the B5, which I believe is a B5 from the March subscription box. So they all sit nice like that, and these are the sizes. Now let's get into swatching things. So unfortunately, I accidentally forgot to hit record when I started swatching the calligraph pens and the stamps on my small pocket size journal on the cream pages, but this is what it looks like. I'm just going to swatch it for you on the B5 journal on the white paper, so you kind of see the difference a little bit. And I've made up some names for these calligraph pens. I think there are official names out there somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure what they are, so I'm just going to invent my names here. The first colour is this really nice light grey colour. Now I know I've said earlier that I didn't really like grey ink. I've kind of changed my mind on that since I've been swatching things, and also I was talking about ink, not about pens, but yeah, anyway, that's a bit of a side point. But I've called this one Cloudy Grey, although clouds do not really fit the vibe of a picnic, so probably chose the wrong kind of name here. But on the calligraph pens, you have the thin tip and then you have a broad tip, which is really nice so that you have two differences. So this is just like the fine tip, and you can see the comparison with the sizing from the Tombow Funosuke pen, which is the black one, which is just above that one, so it's exactly the same kind of size. And then here is the broad tip, which in my opinion is kind of similar to the Tombow dual brush pens, the brush side of them, because they're also broad as well. So that's what the light grey looks like. The next one is this beautiful light little pink. I called it Strawberry Cream, which I think is a really appropriate name colour, because what do you think of when you go on a picnic? Strawberries and cream. Although technically maybe you'd think of strawberries and chocolate, because that's kind of more romantic, but it's not a chocolatey colour, so strawberries and cream it is. The third colour is this kind of nice brown, and for me it reminded me of the color of a picnic basket, so I called the color Picnic Basket, and I think it's a really cute little color. I really like the yellowy ochre colors, which I think I've expressed multiple times in different videos, that kind of like mustard ochre yellow is kind of my favorite color, so there you go, although this one is a bit more brown than yellow. The fourth colour is called Meadow Green. Why did I say that? It's not called Meadow Green, I invented that name. The only thing I could think of that was picnic related was the word meadow, so I called it Meadow Green, and this is what it looks like. And the last colour is this lovely blue, and I could only think of blue skies because, you know, blue skies is what you would imagine you'd have when you're going on a picnic. So those are the 5 colours of calligraph pens that we get. Here's a little quick comparison of the cream paper and the white paper. So now let's move on to the 7 little stamps. Now I actually had a lot of fun stamping these. I was doing it outside when I did them on the cream paper, and so now that I'm actually on a flat surface and I have more, I don't know, solid support, I think it's easier to swatch the stamps. I will say that this ink is not as good quality as the ink that I will use the second time round for these stamps, because I'm going to swatch them with the grey ink that comes in the packaging and also with a black ink. This particular grey ink is very watery. It doesn't dry fast, which you'll see later on, but it is a nice color. This is what the other ones look like. I really like the small stamps in particular. I think they're really stunning. I also show you how many times you can use a single ink stamp. As you can see, the first time you use it is the brightest or darkest, and then it just gets lighter. But if you are going for a lighter effect, then you know it does work that way. And so here are all 7 stamps swatched in the grey ink, and now I'm going to swatch them with black ink. This black ink is from the brand called No Issue, and the black ink is a soy-based ink, so for me it was an automatic buy, and I actually did buy it for my logo stamp back in the day, and then I lost my logo stamp, which I'm really sad about. So I had to reorder a new one at some stage. But the ink is really high quality versus like the ink that you get from the subscription box, the no issue one. It dries really fast and really well. So I think that's a plus for the ink. And I think Archer and Olive could definitely work on the ink pads that they provide, because I've had other inks from Archer and Olive from a previous subscription box and they were also just as watery as this one. But the ink pad from No Issue is definitely the highest quality I've ever used, and I've also used other brands of ink pads and they're not as good as the No Issue one. So No Issue is definitely in my top tier for ink pads. So again, this is what the stamps look like swatched on the page. I really love the little stamps and the calliographs from this subscription box. Oh, and here is just what I was talking about earlier, because as I pass my finger over the black ink, it's dry, but as I pass it over the grey ink, which I swatched first, it is still wet. So that is kind of minorly annoying. Now earlier I was really struggling with the solar scrap paper, but since then I have watched the video that they have on their Instagram and now I actually understand what it's about. I don't know, when I first read this, in my head, solar, I felt like it was going to be gold, and then I opened it and it was blue paper and I was really confused. Solar paper is that you can put it in the sun and it kind of like takes the shape of the object that you place on top of the solar paper. I'm just going to show you what to do. So you have the acrylic board and then you have the blue paper. Now I'm not entirely sure which side of the blue paper you're supposed to put it on. I'm assuming this side because that's what it looked like in the video they had on the Archer and Olive Instagram, so I'm going to do it this way. And then you have the acrylic board. So there's two plastic films on each side of the acrylic board. So you just got to remove those ones first, and then you've got to choose your objects that you're going to place onto the solar paper so that you can put it in the sun later. So I'm just going to do an example of what I would have thought of, and so it's just this little flower, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a corner over here, and then you basically just have to place your acrylic board on top of it and then put it in the sun for a couple of minutes is what they say. After that, then you put it in a water bath so that the sun will no longer be able to change the color of the paper, and then you can use it as scrapbook paper, which I think is a really cool thing to do. And I'm not going to use it right now because I definitely want to use it for a more exciting project rather than using a little random flower piece of paper there. But this is what it would look like, and you just put this in the sun and then in a water bath. So there you go. That is how that one works. Now, a little post-filming note is that the subscription box is also supposed to come with a little box on the side, and weirdly I didn't receive that one. And I asked some of my friends who received the subscription box, and all of them received the box in the same packaging. So I'm not sure what happened to mine, but it never arrived. But there is supposed to be another little box included with the subscription box. That box is supposed to have 4 different colored washi tapes and some little affirmation cards, I think. I'm going to inquire about that, and I'm going to add it in maybe a little reel unboxing when I do get it. But yeah.
I hope you enjoy this video. I've enjoyed unboxing this and it was such a joy to see everything in person. I cannot wait to start using all of these items. And if you want to see me unbox the previous subscription box, because that one is still available, you can click on this video next.